All right, welcome everybody to the show. Hope everybody's doing great out there. And it looks like we are good to go. Oh, hope everybody's doing awesome. How is everybody doing? Drop a comment down below or in the chat if you're live. So, welcome everyone. Today we have a unique show on the topic of demisexuals. If you don't know what that is, hence the picture right in front of you with the definition. We'll explore what a real demisexual is and isn't. Because some people actually pretend to use this label and it doesn't even fit them at all. So this show is going to be another highly educational show, as always, for everyone. You know, as a relationships coach, you sometimes run into helpless people. People who insist on living a loser's lifestyle of extreme bitterness, loneliness, and eternal miserable unhappiness. It's inevitable. You know, not all the cookies are going to be golden brown. Some of them are going to be toast. And you don't want to eat those, do you? What do you do with the toasted ones? You toss them away in the garbage. Don't give that to the dogs or cats. They'll get sick. Nobody benefits from a burnt cookie. It's beyond reparable. You can't do anything about it. You got to just toss them away in the trash bin. It's okay. It's not your fault. You know, they burnt themselves. When they're toast, they're toast. There's no going back. There's a point of no return, people. And we're going to be going over that today with this topic. So a demisexual, what is it? Another ridiculous label, in my humble opinion. A demisexual is a person who does not experience sexual attraction. Okay. Like, that sounds natural. Unless, so they do. Unless they form a strong emotional connection with someone. Okay, I get it. So 1 + 1 = 2. This is not rocket science. This is not differential equations or super hyper elevation. Look, all they're saying here is that they do experience physical sexual attraction. Meaning, if you're a man, you get an erection over this stuff. If you're a woman, you start to wet yourself in a good way. Okay? That's physical attraction right there. We'll go over the other forms of attraction, but you're a human being. Don't try to act like you're not. So there's some demisexual extremists that are not really demisexual. They pretend to be. By definition, I'm going to prove that 100% in this entire stream today. Don't worry. Yours truly always has your back. Okay? So, wow, big surprise. A strong emotional connection, and then you're sexually attracted to someone. I don't know about you, but I don't go around looking at women and be like, oh my goodness, I'm so sexually attracted to them. No, they can have nice bodies, but it doesn't mean I want to get into their pants. And plus, I'm taken already. That's not the way human sexuality works. And if it does, you're out of control. You're extremely horny. You need to get that under control. You could get in trouble with that for that. I mean, that's out of control. So I don't think anybody's like that. Running around with a constant erection if you're a guy with all this sexy women. Men don't get an erection that easily. You could be physically attracted to somebody, but if you're taken, you shouldn't be physically attracted to anybody. You can admire their beauty, but you don't want to get into their pants. So everybody, by definition, is demisexual, and I'm going to prove it in this stream. This is such a ridiculous term. I never heard about this term until a day ago. And you'll see, what kind of miserable person brought it up. So thanks for showing me this ridiculous term. Seriously. All right, so let's see. What do I have here? Okay, so we're ready to proceed. All right, let's go ahead and read this garbage right here. So DR responded to me. How kind of him. But unfortunately, not the man I thought he was. He turned into just a male, just another male. Sad story, but sad but true, right? Metallica. I'm disgusted by your shallowness. Really, I thought I went quite in depth with my response videos and my replies to you. Sounds like he doesn't want to listen. That's pretty typical with the loser's mentality, but let's proceed. As well as your inability to understand my problem. I went over your problem as you described, literally, word for word. And apparently you're not listening to my words. My problem. Yeah, you got lots of problems, not just this one, buddy. is there is only one kind of woman that I am meeting. Whose problem is that? That's your problem. Like you just said, your problem, right? You said my problem. You're right about that. You have a really big problem with meeting members of the opposite sex. A really big one. And it has nothing to do with what you're about to introduce to me. Nothing to do. And I'll prove it. And physical attractiveness is unimportant to me. Really? Is it? Is it really? Okay, we'll get into that. Since you think I'm so shallow. Oh my goodness. I'm using like a literally a magnifying glass with his comments, and he's like, you're so shallow, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted by your lack of paying attention. You really, I don't know if you're like high school dropout or whatever, but your attention span is worse than ADHD. Sorry. I just want to find a woman who has a good personality. I don't think any woman's going to be interested in your personality with this self-defeatist attitude. And you being easily disgusted by other people trying to help you out. I don't think anybody's going to want to... See, now I know what the real problem is. Now I know why nobody wants to date you for the right reasons. They just want to use you, as you said. Oh, they just want to get me in bed. I'm starting to doubt that too. With this type of personality, I mean, you better have a killer body if that's the case. And I'm not just upset that they... Oh, so you're upset. Okay, that's quite revealing. That they refuse to talk about the things important to me. Sounds like you need to improve your social skills. It looks like you have a problem talking to other people. I mean, look, you have a problem talking to me and you gave up like so easily. That proves to me that your social skills are in the gutter. Garbage. You can't even recycle that garbage. It goes right into the landfill. I mean, your ability to follow instructions and think positively is in the gutter. So I don't think anything's important to you right now. I think you're just wallowing in your own misery and suffering. We'll go over it. I'm upset. I mean, seriously? You're upset. Did he say upset? He said upset twice. I thought I just reread the same sentence. Look at that. Upset twice. So obviously you are upset. You're doubling down here. I'm upset that they refuse to talk about the things that they claim are their interests. No. I just think that they finally found out that you're not the person, you say you are, and then they start ignoring you. I mean, you're getting rejected for a reason. You need to take a look in the mirror. You need to do some self-reflection. The reason no one talks on your... See, now he's going to attack me. See, this is what miserable people do. They're highly frustrated offline, and then they try to point the finger at me, the only person who's trying to help them, because I can tell nobody else is trying to help this guy. He would have at least found a really good date by now. So he comes to my channel and with his grievances, and he wants to point the finger at one of the most important people trying to help him in his life. You can tell that he lives a lonely life offline by this attitude. He's upset times 2. So, okay, let's read his insult. I'm open to insults because that's just the quickest way to get blocked on this channel. The reason no one talks on your channel. No, people do talk on my channel. Maybe not as much as on cat videos, but they do talk. And I'm not looking for the most comments. I'm encouraging you to help yourself, to have some pride, to express yourself. But it looks like you don't want to express yourself in a positive, productive way. Isn't because they are too weak to speak. Apparently you are. It's because you aren't doing well with your channel. Okay, so what do you do on your channel? What content do you have? Do you have 100 streams? A lot of hard work? Do you have your own book, your own video course? Do you know how to speak about love nonstop in a productive, positive manner? Do you do work offline helping others in their relationships? Do you get any praise for doing that? No, you don't do any of that. So I would shut your mouth if I were you. Seriously, I'm not upset. It's just garbage what you're saying. There are lots of channels like yours. I don't think so. I haven't seen one channel where you have a relationships coach offering anybody advice, free advice 24/7. You're wrong about that. 100% wrong. And they haven't done what I've done. I have a unique niche and I have done it very well. Thank you very much. So I didn't come this far to read loser comments like this, but I'm just doing it for my audience to point out just how much of a loser's mentality you have. Where the men and women actually respond. The problem isn't them, it's you. No, you have the problem. Look at the very first part. My problem, I'm upset. And I'm not just upset. So let's go ahead and keep on because this guy, seriously. I tried helping this frustrated male. However, his negative emotions clearly have gotten the best of him. His offline misery has caused him to give up on himself. So now he chooses to impatiently vent his anger online. This is what happens. You're just spiraling down, spiraling. Just when you think you couldn't go any lower, you've gone to rock bottom, and there's nothing I could do to help you from this point forward. Nothing. I can't help people who don't want to help themselves. Help me help you. And, I have to get elementary for DR because he just clearly doesn't understand anything that I'm telling him. And also, name another YouTuber who has dedicated a video strictly to your question. I'll wait. No, actually, I won't. You don't understand that I honestly don't care about a woman's looks, then you have problems. You have really bad problems, man. If you don't care about looks, that's not really manly right there. You got to care at least a little bit about looks. Otherwise, you're just trying to use women for their personalities and you don't care about how beautiful they are physically in some way, shape, or form. Seriously? You're not going to admire their physical beauty? You're not going to compliment them? Oh, I can't do that because I'm, let's proceed. Maybe this will help you understand. It makes me understand that you don't know what this word means. Demisexuality, go ahead and give me the definition. Is a sexual orientation in which an individual does not experience primary. See, you didn't read between the lines. I wonder how you brush your teeth with this type of lack of experience. You didn't really get in between the lines, man. It says primary. That doesn't mean it's not secondary. And who cares about the order? It still exists. Sexual attraction. I'll prove it to you. The type of attraction that is based on immediately observable characteristics. And what's wrong with sexual attraction? What's wrong with physical attraction? See, this is like a phobia for demisexuals. They're scared of physical attraction? I mean, sounds like a problem to me. Such an appearance or smell. What's wrong with smell? I love the way a woman smells. And is experienced immediately after a first encounter. A demisexual person can only experience secondary sexual attraction. Don't experience sexual attraction in that they don't care about physical looks or characteristics. You are just so outfield, man. You are so out of control. No intelligence or wisdom, man. Nice copy and paste, by the way. The type of attraction that occurs after the development of an emotional bond. Okay, and who doesn't want an emotional bond in a relationship? That's literally the potatoes, the meat and potatoes of a relationship is the emotional bond, that connection. You can't just have physical on physical. I preached that so many times, but you weren't listening because you don't care. You don't even care about yourself. The amount of time that a demisexual individual needs to know another person, what? It differs from other people? What makes you so special? Like, oh, I need more time to develop this emotional. So you expect your partner to also be demisexual to understand why you're taking so long? Are you kidding me? So, by your definition, you're just gonna say, well, demisexuals should go out with only demisexuals because only then they'll understand, the way you are. It doesn't work that way. The world doesn't work that way. No wonder you haven't found anybody yet. It's no wonder. With this lack of understanding about what a demisexual actually is. Before developing sexual attraction towards them. See, you're saying that sexual attraction, which is physical attraction, comes later. It's just so stupid. I don't care about a woman's looks. You're just saying right here it's secondary. Varies from person to person. Yeah, it does. You can't put a label on yourself and on others. All demisexuals are like this. No. Some people can lean. You ever heard of politics also? I'm a little bit conservative, but I'm also a little bit liberal. So I'm like a liberal conservative, conservative liberal, or whatever. Republican, Democrat, Democrat, Republican. I lean more towards the right, lean more towards the left. You're not going to come over here and slap a label on yourself and others, everybody in the world, because of your problems. Your lack of intelligence and wisdom. You just can't do that with your blanket statement here. So I'm going to go ahead and just tear into the lie right here. I'm demisexual. Okay, you want a cookie? So I don't care about a woman's appearance. He just said that twice. He said, I'm upset twice in the previous comment. Now he's saying, I don't care about a woman's appearance twice. Twice, people. Why are you so insistent? So you don't like the way a woman can look, how attractive a woman can look? You're insisting that, well, I don't care about your attractiveness. I don't care how hard you work in the gym and how healthy of a diet you have. That sounds like a personality problem. That's not a demisexual. Demisexuals actually appreciate a person's physical appearance and they like it. and I'll get into it. What a real demisexual is. You're not a demisexual, buddy. You got problems, mental and emotional problems. Clearly. What I need, look at that capital letter need. Look at that capital word right there. I know what you need. You need some therapy, man. Is a woman who can communicate. Now you need to learn how to communicate. I have no attraction to women who can't communicate. Okay, so what? Everybody else has attraction to the female losers? You're the only one who cares about communication? Trying to feel so special. Like me, the victim mentality. It's so sad. And you are acting like I'm a bully. You're not a bully. If you were a bully, you would know it. Clearly, no, you're a victim. You're acting like a victim. You need to improve that stuff, man. Seriously. Go talk to somebody, because I'm not the person to talk to, man. I can't help people who are toasted cookies, tasteless, because I want to be treated with basic human decency. I did treat you with basic human decency and gave you advice that you don't want to hear. That's why you're so upset. Times 3. You say being silent is weakness. See, here he goes. So in the last part of this comment too, he has to resort towards personal attacks to the only person listening to him. This is complete ungratefulness, man. Look how ungrateful this individual is. I try to give him advice, and he's like, no, it's your problem. Nah. Just like the victim mentality I went over yesterday. The same thing. I'm so glad that this comment popped up, because it just proves me right 100%. You say being silent is weakness. It is. You need to learn how to speak up, and speak up positively and productively. Not dishing out garbage that is useless. You're just venting out your frustrations. That's all you're doing. You're proving that your life offline is miserable. Telling me settle for a woman who can't communicate. When did I say that? Oh my goodness. You haven't watched any of my content, and this proves it. You just jumped on my channel, saw a couple of streams, and that was it. You think you understand what I preach. You haven't read my book. You haven't seen my 1-hour video course. You haven't seen any of my 100 live streams for free. You haven't. I can clearly tell, because nobody who has seen even a fraction of that would be spewing this nonsense. Where you tell men not to settle for such women. Excuse me? Communication is everything. And there's also something called body language. So you seem to be ashamed of body language because you don't find anything attractive about the physical appearance of a woman. That's your problem. So you lack body language. You lack interpreting that body language because you have a problem. A fuse went off in the brain. And I'm meeting the same kind of women both online and offline because you're the problem. You're obviously the problem. You haven't presented to me anything productive. It's all just whining and complaining. So your advice is worthless. To you, it's worthless because you don't listen. You have a listening problem. I mean, you haven't stated to me any progress that you've made because you just want to do the easy. You want to get the easy way out. Play the victim mentality, just complain and whine all day, every day, which is why you are unpopular. I'm not seeking to be popular. I'm not seeking to be popular, buddy. Maybe that's in your mind. See, that's why you haven't found somebody yet. Your mind is so focused on all these vague little, decoys and distractions and dead ends. I can't help you, man. You're a mess. So, goodbye, DR. Whatever that stands for. I was wrong. I called you a man. So mistaken. One of the few rules I do have on this channel is to ask viewers to be polite and productive. You clearly failed to have a civilized, positive conversation. So, you're now blocked. Congratulations. That was easy to get. For being ungrateful, rude, and immature. Sorry, man. I don't have time for that loser's mentality. So, skedaddle. Skedaddle. Alright, so let's go on to the educational phase of this stream. Now we're done taking out the garbage. I mean, it is kind of funny, Another one bites the dust. And another one. Another one. Let's take a look at his DR's excuse. Oh my goodness, I think that's the last time I'm going to mention him, hopefully. For not finding the right potential partner after choosing to continue to sleep with females, supposedly. I mean, that's his claim. I highly doubt that. I don't think any female's going to want to sleep with that type of guy. No, not in my humble opinion. I mean, if I was a woman, I would be like, yeah, you got issues. You didn't say about how good I look, and I got all dressed up for this date. What an insult. You know how long women take to to dress up, do makeup, and, you know, pick the right clothes, even the lingerie and everything, just in case it goes sexual. You know, I mean, you don't even appreciate any of that. Shame on you. Females who only want to have sex and nothing more, I highly doubt that. What are you, a gigolo? Do they at least pay you for it? He definitely doesn't sound demisexual at all. So let's go over this definition right here, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Demisexuality is a sexual orientation where people only experience sexual attraction to folks that they have close emotional connections with. See? They do experience sexual attraction. That includes the physical. And I will prove that with actual demisexuals, besides the fake one we just went over. This emotional bond isn't necessarily love or romance. Of course, you gotta build love. I mean, it's not love at first sight, people. It's attraction at first sight. Be it emotional, physical, the personality, or the looks, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And both of them do matter to supposed demisexuals, which you'll find out. Demisexuality only refers to the type of attraction that person feels, not how often they have sex. Okay? I mean, since when does sex dictate? That sentence doesn't even make sense. Look, the type of attraction that person feels, not how often they have sex. I mean, what are you talking about? You just met somebody. I mean, you're not going to have often sex often. That makes absolutely no sense. I mean, whoever wrote this, right? A common misconception, okay, let's see, is that demisexual people need to be in love with someone to feel sexual attraction. That's a misconception? Oh, okay. So it's not really the demisexuality that is basically described. You're saying sexual attraction. I mean, whether you're in love or not, sexual attraction exists. It does. And you're saying that a common misconception is that they need to be in love in order to feel sexual attraction. That's a misconception. That's exactly what you're saying. This is all hypocritical. This is all on the contrary. It's contradicting. Demisexuality requires which is it? Demisexuality requires a connection. Well, okay, what kind of a connection? You said emotional bond. Is that an emotional connection? This is very poorly written. Don't be surprised, people. Even official documents are poorly written. Like, I identify as a frog, ribbit. Seriously, that exists, so they're going to have professional documents about it. But for many people, that can be a close friendship or another type of non-romantic relationship. Okay, everybody requires connection. That's what being a human being is. From the moment you were born, you were connected to your mother who gave birth to you. Later on, you find out about your father, maybe your family members, everything, your ancestors, your whole family. I mean, seriously, people, human connection is nothing spectacularly new. So let's take a look at better slides here, okay? Oh my goodness gracious. Can't believe I have to actually go over this stuff. All right. So here's what a real demisexual person is like. A woman, in this case, this is a woman saying this, unable to feel sexually attracted to men unless she is attracted to his personality first. That sounds great. That's exactly what happened to me. What, I'm a demisexual? I didn't even, back then in what, 2006-ish? 2005 or 4-ish, around that time? That's precisely what I preach on this channel. Yeah. Personality, that's what I preach on this channel. Look, okay, this is what she says. I'm demisexual, and it's a little frustrating. Okay, let's see why. When I'm with my friends, they'll say, oh my god, he's so hot. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, I wonder if he has a good personality. Yeah, me too. I don't consider somebody hot just because of their physical looks. I'm like, oh, that's good. Good for you. You're physically healthy, and you're attractive. You're physically attractive. Good for you. I'm not going to be like, oh, I got to get in her pants. What, is that what you think all real men are like? If you do, that's just stupid and ridiculous, because I'm a real man. If I see a hot-looking woman, I don't get an instant erection over it. I'm taken for the most. I mean, look. Number one, I'm taken, okay? So I'm not going to go around and get an erection just because I see a hot woman or a hot girl out there. No, that's not the way it works. Sexual and physical attraction. Now, can you admire somebody's beauty? Yes. That's why when it comes to the topic of jealousy, you got to be careful. It's a real problem. You can't be like controlling the way your man looks around the environment. And, oh, are you looking at her? Are you looking at? I mean, are you looking at him? I mean, we can play the game all day. There's going to be people around you every time you go outside. That's paranoia. That's a bad personality characteristic right there. You don't want to be dating or married somebody who has paranoia over who you're looking at and what you're looking at. Now, I mean, if you're just slobbering and drooling all over yourself because you see a hot person, then that's another story. Yeah, now we have an issue. But I mean, you're going to see hot men and women all around you every day. Well, not with the obesity crisis, but if you do, who cares? Just admire their beauty and move on. You're not going to stop and say, oh, I got to talk to this person because they're so hot. So demisexuality is a joke. This whole demisexual, I mean, that's the excuse? That's the excuse? I mean, it sounds like you have like a shyness disorder. To me. Seriously. Let's go ahead and move on. That's what a real woman said. Let's look at some comments, shall we? For me, it's like, look at that hottie. Hope their personality is just as good. Yeah, me too. I hope that people are not only physically attractive, because that means they have good physical health, unless they're using steroids or other chemicals in order to look that way. There's a lot of really bad performance-enhancing drugs out there. But yeah, I hope that their personality is great and that they're doing great in life, economical success, the whole shebang, the whole works. Yeah, so I don't think I'm a demisexual just because I think the same as demisexuals. I still don't understand what's hot about shirtless men or women in brawl and so on. Years ago, I spent hours looking at a picture of shirtless men wondering what's so sexy about them. I still have no answer. You got a problem. A demigod? Seriously? You see the immaturity here? The amount of immaturity with some of these people is just off the chain, off the walls. What's so bad about physical attraction and sexual attraction? What's so bad about that? Sounds like they have that type of paranoia. They're scared. They're scared of physical attraction. That's what this whole demisexuality nonsense sounds like. I mean, if you're a demisexual out there, a real one, go ahead. Have a chat with me. Because I'm pretty sure I have every single characteristic you do, minus the fear portion. That's why I don't call myself a demisexual, but I agree with you guys 100%. Personality is a must. Then sexual attraction starts to happen only after you've established a successful friendship. I preach that all the time. So I literally always say in almost every video or stream I make that love at first sight does not exist. It's attraction at first sight. That includes their personality. Big surprise. Imagine that. Not just their looks, which is precisely what a demisexual is. Okay? They're looking for personality. Well, me too. It's the same thing happened in my life. I think everybody's looking for personality. People who only concentrate on the physical, I mean, and initially that's like, okay, that's okay. But if they don't care about their personality, then that's a huge red flag. I always say that. It's the whole package. You don't go to a McDonald's, if that's the case, and say, yeah, I just want a soda. Why did you wait through that whole line just to get a soda? That might be the case, by the way. But my point is, typically, people want the whole meal, right? Pick a meal. I mean, like Starbucks. Do you go there for a bottle of water? Maybe that's the case, right? But I'm trying to make the comparison that usually people want coffee, people. So why are you trying to pretend to be different? Oh, no, and then you're so proud about it. No, I go to Starbucks for that bottle of water. Yeah, that's what they're known for. That's what they're famous for. That bottled water, man. I gotta have it. See, I'm different. Look at me, people. It's just so stupid. So here are more real demisexuals discussing exactly how I feel and exactly what I preach. Physical attractiveness is flexible to a certain degree, but demisexuals prefer personality over looks. That's me 100%. I love the personality that's where the gold is. That's where the gold. When a woman wants to be a woman, they act like a woman. They are a real woman. When a man acts like a man, not a coward who insults others trying to help him. Come on. What is that? That's not even a man or a woman. That's garbage. All right, so let's take a look at these comments right here. Yeah, I may think he looks good, but most of the time, when they open their mouths, I'm getting dry like the Sahara Desert. Okay, that is funny. Okay, Claire, you got me laughing. 4 years ago, has me laughing now. I bet she never would have imagined that. Lavender Love says, demisexual doesn't mean you can't find a random person to be physically appealing. Oh! Wow, would you look at that? Another demisexual saying that physical appeal, just appealing physical appearance is something. A random person, if that. Look at that. Imagine that, people. Wow, my goodness. I'm going to blow it out of the water here, okay, guys? I mean, this is just too easy for me. All right, so you can be physically attracted at first sight or emotionally and mentally attracted when getting to know someone new. Either way, I've always said that attraction at first sight exists, but not love at first sight. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more from demisexuals. Except when you are automatically biromantic, demisexual with the preference for girls, so you're just sitting there. So he's trying to make a joke. Biromantic. I guess he's bisexual at the same time. All right, so Carmen wasn't really useful, but panics all the... Let's see. Me with my friends. Ha. Do you all know his personality? So clearly they all care about personality. Well, me too. So am I demisexual? Do I use that as an excuse to not find somebody these days? Well, number one, I don't need to find anybody because I already have my soulmate. But I would definitely not go around saying... I would feel ashamed going around saying, I haven't found love yet. I haven't developed love with somebody because they all just want to sleep with me. Oh, and I'm demisexual. That's another excuse. That's so lousy, man. What a horrible excuse. You see, real demisexuals do care about physical looks. I'm going to continue to prove that. But that's not their primary priority. Oh, wow, big deal. If I'm in combat and I use my pistol first, does that mean that I'm supposed to use the primary first, like everybody else? No. If it's CQB, close quarters combat, maybe I have to pull out that sidearm. Or maybe the knife. It depends on the scenario. Big deal. What are you going to call me now, Rambo? Because I chose the knife instead of the secondary, the primary? Like, get real. Maybe I pull out a grenade. What am I, a different soldier all of a sudden? I mean, they have different, soldiers specialize in different areas, but it doesn't mean that if I'm an infantry soldier just like the next person, in the order that we do, order of operation, oh, you're a different infantryman than I am. No, you can use your sidearm or your primary or whatever else, okay? I mean, come on, people. And then you have orders to follow, but that doesn't apply to civilian life, obviously. All right, so it doesn't matter when you feel physically attracted to a new person. The fact is, looks do matter, either right away or afterwards. Seriously. Okay, let's look at what B says. Hi, I'm a little confused on what demisexual means. Do you think you could explain it? I'm explaining it right now. No hate. Look how shy they are. That's just sad. You shouldn't be shy when asking questions. Yeah, same. I mean, I might think they're good looking, but I don't care about that. Yes, you do. Don't pretend that you don't. You see, that's a fake demisexual right there. I'm going to show you the real ones. It's just so crazy, man. Here's 100% proof right here, straight from a demisexual who actually wrote this. Although I believe real men, like myself, and real women are demisexuals anyways, just by nature. Demisexuals have functioning eyes, meaning they do get physically attracted. Take a look here. Just because I'm a demisexual does not mean I don't find strangers attractive. Like, excuse you, I do have functioning eyes. So the fake demisexuals are going to say, I don't care about looks. And this demisexual is saying, I do care about looks. I have eyes that function. I know what a physical attraction is. Seriously. I just don't want to do anything sexual or romantic with them just because they have a nice face. Well, everybody else is the same way for the majority part, for the most part. Unless you're a prostitute or gigolo. What is so special about demisexuals? Only fools rush in. You don't just, you have a pretty face, I want to have sex with you like everybody else. Who does that? Even in a rave club, when you guys are high on ecstasy, nobody does that. You guys are too busy getting high anyways and dancing to techno. I mean, nobody does this, people. Oh, she has a pretty face. I just gotta jump into bed with her right now. I don't care about her personality. What does a normal person do, whether a man or woman? Hi, my name is Ben. Nice to meet you. Oh, my name is Clara. Nice to meet you. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, you're looking great today. I like the way that red dress looks on you. Oh, wait, I'm a demisexual. So, what do you think about life? It's a stormy out there. It's kind of raining and thundery and lightning out there. Oh, that's kind of bad, isn't it? Let's talk about the weather. That's typical, right? I'm just going to ignore your physical attraction. And then she's over there thinking like this because she's not a demisexual. Wow, he didn't even notice my red dress, my makeup. I mean, my posture, my muscles, that I work so hard for in the gym. Wow, what a loser. That's okay. Nice to meet you. I'm just gonna be over there. And then demisexual's like, oh, all the women are the same. See, they don't want to go out with me. Seriously? Seriously, Mr. supposed demisexual? No, they don't want to go out with you because you didn't even notice how hot she is and you didn't even compliment her. You didn't even say anything. It's no wonder that everybody's rejecting you. With such a loser's and inconsiderate, rude mentality, it is rude. If you see a hot person, compliment them on their looks. Even if you're not attracted to them sexually at first, you're not supposed to. But at least compliment their hard work. They probably have a killer diet, a killer exercise routine, killer discipline. You think they're going to want to waste the rest of their life on a loser like yourself who says that they don't care about their accomplishments or physical attraction based on their dedication and hard work? I wouldn't want to go out with somebody like that. I mean, if I meet a supposed demisexual and they don't compliment me on my physical beauty and my everything that I work so hard in maintaining, hygiene, physical fitness, good looks, the attire that I choose to put on, and not some Walmart pajamas, and you're going to come up to me and not give me a compliment at the very least, I'm not interested in you. Because that means you don't care about my efforts in life. You don't care. I take great pride in everything that I maintain about myself. And women do too. So it's no wonder that you're losing out on everything in life. That you don't have anybody by your side. That you're crying yourself to sleep every night. You don't even care about people's efforts. It's no wonder. So nobody's going to care about you. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. So, all right. So 100% proof right there. Demisexuals have functioning eyes. Imagine that. Other human beings just like us, right? When men find out I'm demisexual, they usually stop talking to me. Seriously? Well, maybe because they know that you don't care about physical attraction, but I wouldn't. I mean, if a woman told me and I was in the dating scene, oh, I'm demisexual, I'd be like, okay, first of all, what is that? Oh, well, I don't care about physical looks. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you don't look bad yourself, but I mean, it's not like I don't care. What do you mean you don't care? I mean, you don't care how I look, so I can be a fat slob and you'll find me sexually attractive? I don't think that really works by nature. But if you insist mentally, yeah, I would probably walk away too. You got issues. So if you pride yourself in saying, I'm demisexual, it's a handicap. No, it's stupid. It's a stupid mentality that you're adopting. I mean, you should stay far away. I mean, at least be gay. Something that's legit. I mean, because they're being honest with themselves. Physical attraction. They're attracted to the same sex. I can understand that. Demisexual? That's like me playing a video game and be like, I don't care about the controller. How are you going to play the game? Or you're watching a movie. I'm gonna watch the movie with my eyes closed. I just want to listen to the movie. Are you stupid? It's called a movie for a reason. It's a visual presentation, not just audio. Music, unless it's a music video, music you can listen to with your eyes closed. That makes sense. But I mean, people don't go to listen to music and they cover their ears. Oh, I don't want to listen to it. I just want to watch it. Wow. Talk about the Darwin Awards. So then they're not real men. My soulmate and I are both demisexual, apparently, because we fell in love with each other's personality first as friends. Does that mean I'm a demisexual? But we don't go around saying we're demisexual. That's just ridiculous, okay? Oh my goodness. I never would have imagined the day where I would find such a terrible term and have to actually explain it to people. This is how this is how desperate people are to be special these days. I'm a demisexual. I require extra attention. Treat me kindly. Fragile package. Seriously? Handle with care. I'm just gonna break. I'm beyond a snowflake. I'm beyond glass itself. I hate being demisexual. See, here's a demisexual who hates being demisexual. Good for you, girl. Crushes are either extremely rare or they last for way too long. I wish I was normal. What are you talking about? Yeah, you should wish you were normal because that's insane. So your crush lasts way too long or extremely rare? Sounds like a psycho right there, or a stalker or something. And you're supposedly not physically attracted to that person? I mean, I can see why it's extremely rare, but way too long. A crush? Yeah, a crush on somebody who doesn't like you. Get real, people. This is just ridiculous. See, this demisexual right here is literally by her own words admitting that she's not normal. But what's completely normal is caring about a person's personality first and not just their looks. I always preach that. That's completely natural. Never have I said only by looks. Otherwise, how the heck could I write a book and do a video course about everything in 100 live streams plus? If I said, hey, you know what, guys, just go out there and sleep with the first attractive looking person that you find. Wow, that's it? That's it? No. So that's an insult to me. I beg your pardon. Excuse me. I go into great detail, the detail that you don't even care about. That's your problem. You're not demisexual. You're ignorant. Let that sink in. I'm demisexual, but I'm scared people will judge me because I don't want to have sex with them straight away. Okay, that's normal. That's natural. Or have a one-night stand. I always put down one-night stands. I mean, if that's the life you want to live, one-night stands, even prostitution through, what is it called? Escorts or gigolos, that's your decision. Don't let me stop you. I stand for freedom in this life. If you want to have a loser's mentality, go ahead. Just keep me out of it because I don't have time for that garbage. Trash. Absolute trash. Or if you want to have one-night stands, these meaningless relationships, friends with benefits, one-night stands, F-buddies, be my guest. It's your life. It's not mine. Maybe you'll find out the hard way. Or maybe you'll never find out and live miserable forever. You can't get no satisfaction. I even went over the Rolling Stones song the other day. That's your guys' theme songs. But this woman right here, I'm scared. That's your problem. You're living in fear of people judging you. Who's judging you? Nobody's judging you. I'm not judging you. I just disagree with the stupid label of demisexual. Who wants to live with that type of label over their heads? Seriously, man. I mean, those who actually watch my channel know that I always preach about meaningless relationships such as one-night stands or friends with benefits. I mean, if you actually watch my channel, I always do that. Sex on the first date is absolutely fine in a serious relationship. But if it's just a one-night stand and you guys have sex just to have sex, well, no, I always disagree with that. Always did. So people who watch my channel like 1 or 2 streams and they don't get it, that's not my fault. That means you don't have brains. I can't help you with that department. Can't. That's like a handicap. Sorry, man. Being demisexual sucks. There's another demisexual. I fall in love with my friends. Really? That's like polyamorous? That's bad. What are you talking about, fall in love with your friends? I don't think you know what love is. Maybe you care about your friends, but never feel close to the guys that actually want to date me. Okay, what's the problem there? I mean, do they have a bad personality? The only one I said yes to, I haven't even been able to get attracted to. Okay, well, saying yes is not enough. You got to get to know them. I mean, you kind of omitted that important part, like a lot of losers do. I hate it because I hate leading people on. Why are you leading people on? Sounds to me that you don't know what you want in life. And you say you love your friends? This is so stupid, and this person's a demisexual. Again, I always say, including recently in one of my latest streams, to focus on becoming good friends first. Whether that friendship turns into a sexual relationship, by the way, depends on whatever floats your boat to make that happen. Okay? So, but that's the idea. You become acquainted with somebody that you're attracted to, either physically, I hope so, or emotionally. You establish some type of connection. And then you hopefully become friends, really good friends. And then from there, you could become partners and then start falling in love with each other. Got it? That's your rocket science for today. Let's proceed. Sorry, I'm demisexual and don't want to date you right away. Okay, who's asking that? I'm not putting you in the friend zone. I'm putting you in the get to know until I'm comfortable with dating zone. That's correct. That's not demisexual. That's the proper way of going out and getting to know somebody that you're attracted to in some way, shape, or form. That's not what demisexual. You know, that's like if I go out and I buy some bread. Oh, you know what? I love bread so much. No, that's just one of the items that I bought that day. Who doesn't buy bread? Or some other common object like salt or pepper. I mean, seriously, does that make you a chef? No. I mean, it's just something that everybody does. There's nothing special about demisexual here. Nothing. Nothing at all. I mean, like, seriously, you're going to call yourself an athlete because you enjoy daily walks. Well, okay, I do daily walks too. Does that mean that I'm an athlete? Not necessarily. I mean, I'm doing it for, physical benefits. I mean, get real, people. Potential partners should be in the friend zone right away. That's how the process of eventually falling in love is supposed to begin. Naturally. Oh my goodness. I mean, you must be first comfortable with the person you want a serious relationship with. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I'm uncomfortable and you want to have sex with me. Oh, yeah, let me give you the green light. Are you stupid? Seriously, that sounds like a prostitute without payment. Who does that? Nobody I know does that except for swingers. Swingers are just unpaid prostitutes. I believe in interest at first sight. So do I. Not love, because love at first sight doesn't exist. Because in my opinion, you fall in love with the person, not his or her looks. No, you eventually fall in love with their looks too. There's something called chemistry. And it's not just physical attraction. It's everything combined. It's a whole package. Like the McDonald's drive-thru that I told you about earlier. Normally, people don't go through a drive-thru and say, "Can I get a small cup of faucet water, please?" Seriously? That's what you went through the whole drive-thru and waited half an hour for? Is a small glass of water. Well, I want to feel special, because everybody else is getting something common, and I just want to feel special, victim mentality. I just want that small glass of water in a paper cup that tastes like, oh, that's right, I don't care about taste. That's why I want it. Are you just stupid? Oh my goodness. All right, so this is hilarious because I always say attraction at first sight, which includes common interests. Okay, that's natural, people. There's nothing special. It's nothing new. Like, it's not reinventing the wheel here. So it's the same thing. And again, I always say don't get involved with someone based on their looks alone. It's their personality that's key. If you read my book, if you watched my 1-hour video course, you would know everything about my philosophy. Everything. And watching these streams, you'd be like, yep, that's what he says. That's what he preaches. Oh, but he's not telling you guys the extra secret nuggets that are in his book and his movie. Yeah, I can see why he doesn't. But I give you guys plenty of extra material. So you choose to miss out, miss out. All right, so let's go back to one final couple of quotes here from, I guess these guys are demisexuals. Let me see. No, one of them, thank goodness, is not. I don't think both of them. Okay, these probably are not, but they're talking about the topic. My wife fell for me the first day we met. That's nice. I seemed kind and strong and confident, and she was smitten. Huge crush. Less love at first sight, more love at first impression. Okay, I know what you mean. 10 years later, and we're happily married. That a boy. Good job, Mr. T. I pity the fool. Oh my goodness. Although she says she falls in love with me more every day, I love her. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. That's perfection right there, my friend. Every single day, that much more. I love you more than ever today. Because time doesn't even exist. It's just eternal love. Now and forever. Alright, so forest creature. My thoughts exactly. Attraction at first sight is very real. That's what I preach. But love at first sight is not. That's what I preach. You can't truly love someone you don't know. Exactly. You got to get to know their personality and how they are. That's called personality. There's nothing special. Oh, wait, I'm a demisexual. I'm the only one who does it. Look how beautiful this is, though. A real man sharing his successful story under a demisexual post. Then there's another person saying the same thing I always say, attraction at first sight, but stressing the importance of personality. There's nothing special here about demisexuals. They try to pretend to be special. They claim that, oh, I'm the only one that cares about personality. Get lost, loser. Are you serious? As if nobody else cares about personality. Are you that stupid? Are you that numb in the brain? It's not an insult. It's a question. You've stupefied to the lowest layer possible. That's what stupidity is. You've hit rock bottom thinking that you're so special that you're the only one who cares about a person's personality in order to fall in love. That's stupid, people. Other types of attraction. The real demisexuals, let me explain this really fast. I have no problem with the real demisexuals. Because if they want to create that term, that's fine. But a real one would say, yeah, just like everybody else, I go more for personality. I don't really get attracted at first sight, physical attraction. I kind of prefer more personality. I would tell them, okay, But I think everybody's pretty much every real man and woman is demisexual by nature. And then we'd have an interesting conversation about how I believe the term demisexual shouldn't even exist. And we would understand each other. That's a real person right there, if they want to be a real demisexual. Other types of attraction. Oh, look at that word, attraction. What do you know? Imagine that. Demisexual people may feel romantic attraction, aesthetic attraction. Oh, the physical alarm goes off. Wee-oo, wee-oo. Emotional attraction, sensual or, oh, wait for it, physical attraction. Imagine that. I don't care the way a woman looks. I don't care about physical looks. Doesn't sound like it for a real demisexual. Platonic attraction. Look at that. Physical attraction, aesthetic attraction. Sounds mighty physical to me, buddy. Would you look at that? Real demisexuals listing both physical attraction and aesthetic attraction as other attractions they may feel. Wow, whoop-de-doo. Everybody may feel this or that, but they still feel it, right? Imagine that. I mean, who would have thought? Again, 100% proof that looks matter in any relationship. They do. Okay, let's go ahead on the flip side. Let's flip that coin, shall we? Based on what the fake demisexuals say about physical attractions doesn't matter. If physical attraction didn't matter, then this is the perfect candidate for people claiming to be demisexual when they're not. When in reality, because real demisexuals do care about a person's physical health and well-being. It's not just looks, people. If you see a person like this, you know that they're going to die very soon. That they're handicapped. Nothing against the handicapped, that, you know, people in wheelchairs or other disorders or whatnot, whatever floats your boat. I mean, if that's what you're attracted to. But generally speaking, naturally speaking, this is not what you see in a Victoria's Secret catalog, although they do starve themselves to look all bony. But let's just say a fitness catalog. Let's say a fitness magazine, Women's Health. You know, she's not on PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs, and she's not starving herself in a diet. She eats plenty of calories every day. She's healthy. She's muscular. Like Monica Brandt. Go look her up. You know, nice and thick, but muscular, but not steroid-like. But this right here, or just a normal-looking woman who's healthy. You know, hip to waist ratio, everything, neck, you know. But this right here, if you're going to try to convince me that this is the hottest woman in the whole existence of humanity and on earth right now, either you're on drugs or you're just lying to yourself to sound special. This is not. This is a physically ill woman that needs to seriously do something about her health. She needs to be on a diet, a very strict diet, eventually tapering off so that she doesn't go into like some mental emotional shock. She has to exercise, at least go walking around if she can even walk. This is morbidly obese. You're not going to tell me as a supposed demisexual, I don't care about looks. I think you do to a certain extent, proving my point. You can find this type of woman easily nowadays. If you look hard enough, you know, they are out there. They just don't go out that much, obviously, because they can't. They physically can't. You're going to tell me that that's attractive? Oh, I care more about her personality. She might have a beautiful personality. I'm not fat shaming. I'm just saying that this is not a healthy individual. This is not the ideal candidate. Now, who knows? If you're morbidly obese, I just don't see how sex is possible. I don't see how hugging each other is possible. I think you guys could either like suffocate each other in the night for all I know. I mean, this is really bad. This is really bad. You have eating disorders and you have lack of physical exercise, which is another disorder. That's lack of movement itself. Humans are not meant to look like this. So if you want to insist on feeling special and being a loser, not having someone by your side to love with all your heart and soul, and you want somebody like this, go ahead, go try it with somebody like this. But they're going to be incapable of a lot of things that make a successful, happy relationship. I'll tell you that much. If you want to be stupid and pretend that doesn't matter, that's your own downfall. That's your own downfall. You know, when people talk about dinosaurs, the number one question in my mind is, how did they have sex? And then I get all these smart responses because they never thought about it before. But, you know, not calling this one a dinosaur. I'm just saying that this is a handicap situation. A self-inflicted handicap situation. Maybe she has, I mean, how did she get there? Poor mental and emotional health. Maybe nobody cared about her. Maybe people put her down and didn't encourage her to do something about it. And you think that that's not attractive or attractive, it doesn't matter. You're saying that you don't care about looks. I care about looks. It tells me everything about a person. Like, what's wrong with you? Hey, let's whip you back into shape, or let's whip you into shape for the first time of your life. I don't want you dying on me and not living a healthy, lifelong relationship. Your health is what matters. This tells me that you're in poor physical health. If that doesn't matter to you, you're sick. You're a sick person. You're not a demisexual. Stop using that as a crutch. You're not a real demisexual. Because they do. I already proved that they do care about physical looks. Because, yes, if you don't care about a person's health, physical health, you got problems. So, all right. Glad I went over that. I mean, I can't believe I had to, but... So, looks like I'm right again. So long, DR. You've had your chance and you blew it. Hopefully this will teach you how to properly use the term demisexual. My goodness. You have a lot to learn about love. So do watch my video course and read my book if you're ever interested. But as far as this channel, toodaloo. Like always, it's been a real blast here at Perfect Soulmates. Much love to everyone who is a real man or woman, sharing their positive, useful, productive comments for all to benefit from. Because that's what I'm about. It's not just me, people. What you write reflects who you are, what you stand for or don't stand for. And that's the end of that. So let me go ahead and check the chat, see if there's any sign of intelligence. Oh, mamma mia. Well, thank you, Mr. Bond, James Bond, for attending. Really appreciate that. No, it's not off topic. Let me go ahead and go over the chat, shall we? We got to respect Bond here. Stepping up to the plate once again. A real man right here. For me, it's both physical attractiveness and personality. Absolutely. But I also know I got to work hard to be attractive, yes, while not losing myself and having my own hobbies. Last, improving my skills. Yep. But I know you got to work. I don't mind working hard in the gym and struggle with diet, but it is worth trying them. Not at all. Yeah. That also applies to getting my social work license. I will say the most difficult will be finding the right woman. Yeah, I mean, you know, but that's the challenge, right? But you're optimistic. You're positive about it. You know what you're doing. You're working on yourself. Yeah, it's going to happen. A real woman is going to get attracted to you, and it's going to happen. The magic, that's the only way magic happens, man. You don't just sit back and be like, give me the best woman on earth. I don't have to move a finger. Are you serious? Is that how you get paid at work too? By not doing work in order to earn that pay? Seriously? All right, so I know that I made mistakes in the past in a relationship. I can own up to them. Yeah, absolutely, as being a real man. I mean, flaws? Well, they're just learning experiences. You never fail because you're still here. I will say the biggest challenge in life besides worries of owning a home and the state of the world. Yeah, so economic hardships are common. That is finding a woman. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Any way I can assist, man. Because I have my soulmate. Many people are just, you know, I don't know why they glaze over that fact. Maybe because, you know, the jealous and envy, you know, they get desperate, they get annoyed. Because it's always about something they don't have, and that's what they attack. You know, it's just like, that's the wrong mentality. That's a loser's mentality. Why don't you learn from other people's, right? All right, so let's go ahead and see what we have here. Let's see. But I know my worth. Yeah, good. You should know your worth. Know thyself. I will find the right one. See, that's confidence right there. Something everybody should be saying. That is one element I will not give up on. You should never give up on it. I'm just not chasing after any woman. Nope, don't chase after him. Let it happen naturally. The right one will follow, and I keep that in mind. I find going out is the best way to find people. Yeah, change. Like I said in the last stream, I said change the places where you frequent. I mean, if you're going to the same places and meeting the same type of people, obviously the environment is the wrong picture there. And you know, a lot of people, a lot of ignorant people, actually lazy people, they say, oh, the whole world is, you haven't even left your city, your state, your country, your continent, and you have the audacity to say that the whole world is like that? Are you out of your mind? Are you that ignorant? I mean, you can't just blanket statement the entire world when you have never... I've traveled so much. I still haven't been to Asia. That's why I can't speak about Asia. See what I'm saying there? So, all right, let's continue with Bond. Little closing statement here, I believe. Let's see. Go find a person and then dating out. Oh yeah, is to go and about in person than dating out. Yeah, in person instead of dating apps. I agree 100%. Dating apps, I mean, they could lie to you like crazy. And when you finally meet them, you're like, you're not quite like the person you described yourself, or not even, you don't even look like the person that you showed me. I mean, we have some, photoshopping getting done, all the time. I recommend that for people. If you're in New York City, it's easy to meet people. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the more the better, right? Might be hard to speak to them, but there's always an opening. My thoughts. Yeah, thanks, Bond. No, that's not off topic. That's totally on topic. Let's move on to Master Sergeant RTL. Welcome to the chat. I prefer to meet women organically at the organic section at the groceries. Absolutely. That's a brilliant statement. Thank you very much. I mean, you want me to put the obese woman back on screen? you know, people claiming to be demisexual are like, I don't care about looks. That's your first problem. So yeah, thank you so much, RTL, for dropping that comment. I really appreciate it. So never too late to drop a comment, but we are over an hour, which I was only planning on a 30-minute stream, but this one really got heavily detailed. So thank you so much for participating, and do drop a comment after the stream is over. And to anybody watching this stream post-stream, thanks for watching, and cheers.